Ginny, I am so thrilled to have you here so others can hear your amazing, beautiful, impactful, and hopeful story. So, I want to start out by asking you, how were you struggling with your weight and your health right before you joined the program? How were you feeling in your daily life during that time?
Well, I knew I needed to do something. I was almost desperate. I was gaining weight, um, having lots of digestive problems. I had my gallbladder out in January, and I thought those problems would go away magically with the surgery done, and that was not true. And I was just kind of in a bad place. And not only that, my husband had been diagnosed with lung cancer. We knew that it was going to be not, a short illness. And I knew I had to be the best I could be with what was ahead of me. So that really, I think that more than anything, motivated me to take control and live the best life I could. And I wanted to show him that I was going to be okay.
So, just to make sure that I'm understanding what you're saying, is that you signed up for the program because, one, you were uncomfortable with your health and where you were at that time, and you knew you were coming into a really challenging situation with your husband having been diagnosed with lung cancer, and you needed and wanted to feel more in control of your health and your life, and to show him that you would be okay once he passed on. Is that correct?
Exactly that. Exactly that.
You are such a strong person. I just want you to know that, like, having this relationship with you and being in the program has just, like, you've been a huge inspiration to me in how you handle life and your outlook on life. So I just want to personally thank you for that.
Oh, that is so kind. I'm so touched. That means so much to me.
Because I
think you're fabulous.
Oh, thanks, Ginny. And the reason I say that is because I think if most people, if they'd be in that challenging situation like you, thinking about changing their diet would be the last thing on their mind. They would force it to the bottom of their list, and they would do everything that they could to help their partner. And I know that you did that too, absolutely. But I don't think what people understand is when they do that it doesn't end up helping them. And you flipped that around and you said, in order for me to best help my husband, to be there for him, and to be the best me in this situation, I need to simultaneously take care of my health at the same time.
Yes. That was exactly it. And I'm so sorry. I still have brain fade from what I've just been through. I was going to say something really profound. Like, taking charge of what you're eating and taking charge of your general health is such an empowering act, and helped me feel more in control, because what we've been through, what me and my whole family have been through, is a total loss of control. And having control is a weird thing anyway, because how much control do we have? And that's why I think eating well, that is one thing that you can control. And that helped me immensely. That gave me the strength and confidence to get through what I had to get through.
Yeah.
So
and
thank you.
You're welcome. It's been my honor, really. And you, Ginny, you have an additional diagnosis as well. Can you tell us what that is and how that impacts your life on the day-to-day and your mobility?
I have Friedreich's ataxia. I have the small motor skilla, And now the gross motor skill is like an 18-month-old child. I can't stand alone. I have no balance. And really, I even have a hard time drinking and swallowing and holding a spoon and all that. So you can imagine how challenging life is for me. Everything I pick up, I drop at least 4 times. But again, taking charge of your diet and your general health, my general health, just empowers me in every aspect of my life. And unfortunately, the Friedreich's is a neurological genetic progressive disease. I've had it for about 40 years, and it's kind of picked up steam as far as degeneration. And what you see on the outside, it's almost like an iceberg. What you see on the outside is what you see, but all that is going on the inside as well. So, you know, I'm challenged on the inside and the outside, but I'm finding with my weight loss, and as my son just told me, he thinks I've lost a quarter of the mass of my body since the middle of September. That is really helping me move around more. And when I got my diagnosis in 1988, the doctors, there is no medication or anything for Friedreich. He gave me 2 pieces of advice. Go home, do whatever you want to, but try not to hurt yourself, because there's lots of falling and accidents. The other piece of advice was to stay as thin as you can be. And I normally am a thin person, but there's a metabolic aspect of this disease. And about every 7 years, I balloon up to maybe more than double my size. And so thanks to you, I'm coming back down, and I don't plan to balloon up again, because I think the optimal eating program is gonna help me blood sugar wise and metabolism wise. I just see it being a real success for me, and it's something that I can maintain forever. And watching the videos about how and I knew this, food is just as powerful as medicine.
Yes.
Or more powerful. And after watching some of the educational videos in your program, more than the weight loss, it made me want to stay on the program just for improving my health, not just the weight loss. It became, the weight loss has become almost secondary, but I'm loving the weight loss.
Yeah, a lot of people say that is they do it for overall health purposes to feel better, and then the weight loss comes as a side effect. But so it sounds like what you said is that despite not being able to walk, to it being really hard to pick things up, and for most of the time that you were in the program, you didn't even have a walker. That's correct, right?
Yes.
So you were sitting all day.
Yes.
But despite not exercising, not being able to walk, that your son just told you it looked like you've lost a quarter of your person in 3 months. Mm-hmm. And that your therapist would come over and like blatantly obvious that you had lost weight, because you're not able to step on a scale to actually see the numbers. So you're measuring it by how your clothes are fitting and what other people are saying. That is amazing. And I think that is so hopeful for other people that can't get out of bed and they're in pain and they're hurting. So you're letting people know that this is possible. And you said something else that is really powerful too, is that this is maintainable. Can you explain why it's something that's maintainable for you? I mean, you've been doing it for over 3 months. There's no calorie counting. There's no portion control. You don't have to count anything. Why is this maintainable for you?
Because I've tried to maintain weight recently by eliminating carbs or counting calories drastically. This is more freedom. This gives me a lot more freedom. And I had a hard time giving up my carbs. And with the optimal eating program, you know, complex carbohydrates are not a dirty word. And I'm very satisfied, very satisfied. And when I eat things like winter squash, you can just feel that when you ingest it. It just makes your body hum. So I like everything. I'm a rice girl. I love rice. I like pasta, and you know, I can have all those things and I'm not missing anything at all.
Great. I'm so happy to hear that. What hesitations, Ginny, did you have about signing up for the program, and why? And if you're able to tilt your camera down a little forward so I can see all of your beautiful face at one time. Great. No, you're fine. Don't worry about it. So what hesitations did you have about joining the program, and why?
The only hesitation that I had was the money.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was not sure. Well, when I joined, I just really wanted to improve my health and reduce my weight. But I really didn't know what was ahead of me, financially or emotionally or any other way. That was my only hesitation.
But you still signed up? Yeah.
Yes. And after meeting with you and seeing, you know, really feeling who you are, I knew it was worth every penny. And it has been, and more.
Great. So do you have any regrets about signing up?
Zero.
Great. Would you recommend the program to others, and why?
Oh, I already have.
Great. And why is that?
Because I feel so much better. And if anybody wants to reduce their weight, I think this, sorry, I'm froggy all of
You're
that.
fine. You're fine.
This optimal eating program is the only way to go, because it's not a crash diet. It's not a bad diet. In fact, this is very much the same way I grew up eating. So it felt very familiar to me when I saw what I could eat. And maybe that's one of the reasons that it's so satisfying to me. And I had been macrobiotic for 10 years. Mm-hmm. And this is a piece of cake compared to
that,
the macrobiotic diet. But for me, it's very maintainable. And I would say this for other people. Unless they have a real hangover about meat. Because I know you can get over the dairy. I know you can get over the sugar. I don't know about the protein though. The meat. I don't know if people have a hard time with that or not. I did not. I love all the food. I love the way it makes me feel, and I love the result of eating them.
Yeah. Would you say you experience results pretty quickly?
Excuse me. Yes, very quickly. I would say in the first 2 weeks, because I can't really on scale.
Do you need some water, Ginny?
I have some
Feel free to take a break and have.
Right here. I think I lost about 10 pounds in the first 2 weeks. So yes, I saw results right away. And there are some things that I can't do that probably would make this more efficient. For instance, because of bladder control problems, I cannot drink as much water as I would like to.
Mm-hmm.
If I could walk or exercise, I mean, the pounds would just roll off. But I'm very, very pleased with what I've got.
Yeah, and even without exercising, I would say those pounds roll off pretty quickly, despite the fact. However, that is our next step for you, right? Is to get you working with a trainer to really work on increasing and salvaging the muscle mass that you do have.
Yes, and I've been walking around more and doing more physically. The therapist that I have been working with, every time she comes, she was here last week and she said, do you have any idea how many calories you're burning? She said, you are getting around so much more. You're doing so much more. So Steph is convinced that I'm just burning calories like crazy.
Yeah, that's great. And you're eating as much as you want whenever you want.
Whenever I want, yes.
That's great. Are there any other benefits you've experienced from the program that we haven't talked about?
I'm not sure how to express this, but taking control of my diet spilled over into areas, pardon me, that I had not anticipated, like
Oh, Ginny, I think we lost your sister. No. Well, if Ginny doesn't come back in this recording, I want you to know that this is one of the most beautiful and amazing and inspirational and hopeful people I have ever met. And I hope that if you learn anything from her story, that if you want to improve your situation, you can.